typically record when I plug it in. Oh, is it recording right now? Looks like it. Great. Gotta figure that out. Alright, I got a fancy new camera, and now we're gonna do some more old sketchbook commentary. Just gotta go to the back room here. Oh yeah. Kinda spooky. Let's see here. That's where I keep all my old sketchbooks and stuff here. That's that old D&D notebook, but nothing in here's mine. Here we go. Yeah, that looks like a good one. Alright. Alright. Thanks for clicking. This here's Joe Fritz, and we're going to go through another old sketchbook commentary. Of course, as soon as I start recording, the cat wants on the table, and here he comes. Okay. So for this first drawing, this is a character, you've probably seen him in other books. He probably looked different. I think his name was, I called him Jellic, short for angelic, whatever. He was a bizarre, like, crossbreed between these two races of strange, demonic, shape-shifting wizards or whatever. Just one of those, another one of my weird ideas. I had a whole, like, world and ecology set up for these guys too, and it's pretty impressive. Just another idea I didn't ever do anything with. It's got kind of a, I used to have a shield like that in my room. It's like a weird kind of tribal thing. I always thought it was a cool design. I think they designed it curved like that so that you can wear them on horseback. But yeah, okay. Moving on. Looks like this is before I figured out, like, if you draw on both sides of the page, it causes problems. So you can see this guy, you can kind of barely make out the design. He's another one of these weird demon things, and they have steam-powered technology, steampunk style. I was ahead of my time, apparently, because this sketchbook is from 2000, so you can see he's got weird like steam-powered leggings. You probably barely make it out in this video, but he's got a weird Gatling gun or something. I think they all had, like, there was like no gunpowder or something. I don't remember exactly, but they would burn these logs that were basically just giant fungus or whatever. And then over here, I think I was just trying to design like weird alien races or something. That's what it looks like. And then I did a little math right there. Not sure what that was about. Trying to figure out how much money I was making at my job or something. No, that's not right. I don't know, like, I think these were like gas bladders that would fill up and would act like muscles, and I think that's an idea that a lot of people have had when they're designing alien races. It's kind of a neat idea. There was like a book I remember reading that was all about aliens on another planet. I think they made a documentary about it. I don't remember the name of it, though. Yeah, I'll have to look that up later. Maybe I'll do like a drawing out of it or something. Alright, and then over here, this is the, I think I called him Daedric or something, or Daemon, because they're demonic, whatever. As you can see, they're somewhere between primates and bats, but they also have horns, so you've got that, and tusks. They're like the ultimate mammals, or something, I don't know. Then over here we got another variation on the weird steam-powered cyborg version. Yeah, I'm not sure on that. Here's some just angsty stuff. People getting murdered. I don't know. I was a weird kid. So yeah, they've got weapons, and they're like crucifying this guy on a weird Planet of the Apes style X. They're steam-powered weapons, and he's got crystal-powered weapons. They had crystals on their weapons. Moving on. This is a variation on a D&D character I've had over the years. He is Xylo, named after the character from Shining Force. His last name is Castor, which is one of the twins of Gemini. So it's Xylo Castor. Yeah, he's a cool dude, but not really. I don't know. Just a goofy kind of thing. Puts face paint on. It's a weird guy. But here we go. This one's upside down for some reason. We got some cyberpunk dudes. This guy's got spiky hair and guns, and this guy over here is Rastafarian with a cyborg hand. That's actually pretty cool, I think. And this guy's got, like, nobody is going to steal his bus pass. Look at all those chains coming off of him right there. Oh, wow. Wallet chains, right? Yeah, those were popular. Alright. And this is kind of a self-portrait. I used to wear, like, long coats because I wanted to be Adrian Paul from Highlander. The guy was so cool, and so I would wear, like, trench coats and grow my hair long. And I was way into swords and stuff. But yeah, you can see 2000, 00. Yeah, that's what year this was drawn. Alright, now we're going to flip this over so we can look at this right. Okay, so this is the first drawing of a Paraptorkeet. Paraptorkeet is actually a creature I came up with that was, the name is kind of a half joke because it's so terrifying, but I'm sure it wasn't really, the origin of this wasn't really that yet, but like this was just my crazy gangly Turok the Dinosaur Hunter inspired design for just a Velociraptor, and I just thought it looked really cool. The snaking head and the weird like quadruple jointed legs. I always thought that was cool. And then over here we got this guy who's you know, you get a more sense of how long and gangly he is. But I eventually like added feathers and a beak on it and stuff like that. And the joke is like this is what happens when you genetically engineer a parakeet. You pull out all their introns and stuff to bring them back to what they were when they were dinosaurs. And you think parakeet is this cute little ball of fluff, and they just turn into this terrifying death muppet. So yeah, that's where Paraptorkeet comes from. Alright. Okay, so this one down here is one of the animals from that world that I came up with. And as you can see, like, all the animals in that world had 6 limbs, basically. You can see this one somehow, like, he's related to bats. He's got this crazy-ass nose and these ears. But he's actually like a wolf or something. He runs up behind things, and these claws stay nice and sharp because they don't have to touch the ground, and he snatches things with them. And then up here we've got, this was my idea for, see if you can read that. This was my idea for Movie Maniacs that Todd McFarlane should make. So we got Face Off box set. It would be like, you know, John Travolta and Nicolas Cage together. I would buy the hell out of that. You got Leprechaun, obviously, Pinhead, which I think they eventually did make figures of. Prophecies with the Gabriel from Prophecies, Christopher Walken. That was an awesome movie series. Travis from Taxi Driver. I'm pretty sure they've made a figure of him at some point. That's a really cool. He's a really cool design. By the end of that movie, he's pretty badass. Alex from Clockwork Orange, obviously. I'm sure there's been lots of figures of that since then. And the zombies from Return of the Living Dead 3. I'm not exactly sure. That might be the chick with glass embedded in her forehead or whatever, that I've drawn other pictures of. But yeah, that would be really cool. And then speaking of Christopher Walken as Gabriel, that's probably what that's supposed to be, but that doesn't look very good. I don't know. You know, when you draw stuff from memory, it never, or at least for me, it never turns out very well. I'm sure if I had a reference in front of me, I could have drawn it a lot better, but I don't know. A lot of times I'm just doing this in my free time, just in between. Maybe I was going to school at the time, so in between classes, maybe I was just bored and decided to do a quick sketch. I don't know. Clearly it's not finished though. But... And then of course in 2000 Pokemon was very popular, so I drew Mewtwo, and then down here is Mewtwo in his little tank before he goes crazy and kills everyone. There's another drawing of Jellic. You can see he's got a beak because one side of the army was like mammalian, and the other side was like a cross between reptiles and birds, kind of like dinosaurs or whatever. And you can see he's like a weird cross between both. Like he's got leathery wings, but they have like scales along the back of it. He's more like a dragon, I guess. He's got a cool spear. I don't know. And over here, this was just a drawing of, I guess, the day-to-day life of the mammalian ones. You can see over here, there's a crazy, like, weird land sloth that's eating plants. You got flying animals, and this little guy hanging from the trees. I think I was calling them pinwheel monkeys or whatever, because they had like six limbs, but then also their heads would like grab onto tree branches, so they would just literally just pinwheel through the trees like a lemur. I'm sure we'll run into designs for that at some point in these sketchbooks. And you can see they're like mining for them, and you can see these people in these heavy robes, and of course like the twist was that these creatures in these robes, that they think they are too ugly to be seen, and they whip them and everything with these thorny lashing things. The twist is that they're humans, that they're like stealing from our dimension, or that wandered into our dimension, so they're using them as a slave race. And then down here you've got a couple of like lizards, like just kind of scampering around. And then this guy over here keeping watch, you know, making sure none of the ugly humans escape. So there's that. And we have drawings of dinosaurs. Of course, in the year 2000, they were starting to discover lots of dinosaurs in China that had like feathers, and it was getting to the point where nobody could really deny, like, okay, most dinosaurs had some form of feathers, guys. There's not much we can do about it. So I was trying to design, like, what would a T-Rex look like if it had feathers? What would a raptor look like? And for a long time, I didn't understand, like what purpose would, and I'm not the first person to say this, but what purpose does half a wing serve a velociraptor? Like, why would they have like half a wing? And they've done research or whatever, and they've found out that they can actually use them, like, they take like young birds before they can fly and see how they use their wings, and that's kind of the running theory, is that they could use them to climb a tree very quickly. Even with a partial wing, a bird can like climb almost straight up just by flapping its wings. So that just eventually turned into flight, just being able to flap your wings so that you can stay onto an object or whatever, and climb a tree incredibly fast. And that's the only thing that really makes sense to me as far as that theory goes. So I can think of a lot of reasons why a raptor would need to climb a tree. Alright, and then this is me drawing some more. You can see the parakeet design with the long snaky raptor looking dude. And then, you know, this guy who's just like, help me! Oh god, they're coming to get me! He's got his little wings out. And this looks like it was, maybe I was drawing a D&D something or other, but never finished it. Alright, so I think, let's see what the next page is. That's kind of a boring way to end it. No, here we go. Here it is. This is where it became a parakeet, because you can see, like, there's a cassowary mutant down here and a like a goose mutant down here. So this is the origin of my name, parakeet, right here. As you can see, he is very regal looking, very lean, unlike me. You can see, like, that was a parakeet until they started messing with it and genetically and turned it into that. And that's kind of the joke. It's like, oh, they turned a parakeet into a dinosaur? That sounds adorable. And then you see it and you're like, ah! Like I said, he's got, like, the feathers around his head. He's a death muppet. You can't even tell if he was a parakeet or whatever, and that's kind of part of the joke. But then down here you've got the goose and the cassowary with the weird long arms, long mantis arms for some reason. I just thought it was cool. I don't know why. But yeah, so next time we'll go over some more drawings. Thank you for joining me.